Diane Donato in for Kelly on the Doug and Kelly Show. A really creative senior elective is being offered at Broad Alban Perth Senior High School this year. A couple of local science teachers came up with a super creative way to get students engaged in learning about, let's say, black holes, light waves, robotics, all the kinds of things that you didn't necessarily realize are essential to the storyline of the Star Wars universe. And so here to talk with us about that today, the course is called Star Wars, The Course Awakens. We have Gary Osarczuk and Brian Henry, teachers at Broad Alban Perth. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate it.
So why Star Wars?
Well, we're both lifelong fans of Star Wars, and we fell in love with the movie franchise as little kids. And even to this day, we really enjoy the storyline and watch the movies dozens of times. But also, we wanted to give our seniors an opportunity to enjoy their senior year, because let's face it, they had a pretty rough go of it since March of 2020 with this pandemic.
So normally when you would pitch something like this, and I know because my mom was a lifelong teacher, some teachers like, oh, that's really cool and creative, and other teachers like, oh, come on. Especially during COVID times, were you guys at all reluctant to even go outside of the box because people are just trying to get by?
You know, I think Brian and I received so much support from the top down from our district that thought never really crossed our mind. And it started with the lightsaber build, which just jump-started the course. We went to just like the local hardware stores, and we found some plumbing supplies, like some PVC, and modern plumbing is all PEX. And PEX comes in red, blue, and orange, which was perfect for the lightsabers. So we just tried to, as cost-effective as we could, build these lightsabers. But then the second part is, we put the kids to task on figuring out like what additional apps we could use and what add-ons we could add to iMovie so that we could start doing special effects. We could do slow-mos and time-lapses, and we painted a green screen in the school so we could put kids into scenes in the movie.
How many kids took the class or are taking the class?
So we currently have 2 sections, and each section has 12 students, 12 seniors in each class.
Not only do you get to talk about it, my question is, how do you talk about it? In other words, do you ever use Yoda speak? Bathroom you will not go. Do you ever drop that stuff on these guys?
Yeah, all the time. And by the way, that's a fantastic impression.
Yeah, that was really good. I was trying to come back with a quick witty one right there, but you stole the cake on that one.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Stay with me then. Here we go. I got 3 puns for you. Number 1, I know with people getting ill and whatever, did any of your students ever call out Sith?
Oh.
I see what you did there. Well done.
I know, too, that you like to do a lot of group study, but could a student ever be with you solo?
Oh, well done.
Oh, with the groaners.
And if somebody's not really paying attention on a Zoom, do you ever shoot them a death stare?
Ooh.
I tell you, maybe we should bring you in. Maybe we can definitely evolve the class a little more and do like comic relief. That's good from the start. Standpoint. We love that.
Listen, this does sound like a lot of fun, and now I'm going to be the fun sucker, I guess. But I have to ask you about this. Despite that it's fun, what are they learning? And are any of these seniors maybe going on to robotics, going on to physics, going on to therapeutic cloning, anything like that? Is this leading to something for them?
Yeah, in a normal sense, I teach earth science and Brian teaches biology. And so we've really incorporated a fair amount of astronomy into the course. And then also when you think about like different planets out there, we've talked a lot about biology, and Brian can talk about it in a second. But the other part in this that we didn't quite expect is the engineering behind the lightsaber build, working with all the digital multimedia stuff, literally scripting and then filming and then using our iPads and our phones to put these movies together. We didn't realize that we would dive deep into the whole like kind of film industry, script writing, tech, audio, video end of it, which if you really think about it, that kind of curriculum doesn't really exist in a high school setting. And so that's why we've been so open to kind of taking this course in that direction. Because, we're talking to the perfect group of people in an industry like yours. How many kids out of high school come out with that kind of experience?
We're definitely using the Star Wars franchise as a platform to kind of promote a different kind of science. We're looking at STEM through the Hollywood lens, and we're not only looking at like the astronomy parts of it and biology parts of it, but light waves and whether or not we did this whole unit on cloning and whether or not cloning can actually exist in real world applications, and it does. We take it in all sorts of different directions, and one of the really cool things too is we give our students a voice in the class, and we allow them to be autonomous in the sense they get to choose what they want to learn about for each of the movies that we discuss. And it's really evolved nicely, and it's a coexistence between us and the students, and we become more like facilitators.
Just as a final plug there, Brian and I are going to start actively searching for grants in the next month or so. And the two areas that we're focusing on are AV equipment and robotics, to try to incorporate better equipment in our audio video next year and to try to get programming involved with robotics for our second go at this course next year.
Star Wars, the course Awakens, a really inspirational moment that we've had with you. It really sounds great. Broad Alban Perth, thank you so much for joining us today.
And fellas, I'll leave you with this. If the question is, did I like this interview? Enjoy it. I did.
Enjoy it. We did.
Thanks, guys. We really appreciate your time.